Been a while since I've done one of these, eh? So Nintendo Nindies happened. The Nintendo Nindies happened and we all expected, bah, it's Nindies. Because honestly, Nindies, in my opinion, are not the most exciting thing in the whole world. They look cute, the games look pretty cute, but they're nothing compared to first-party Nintendo games or a big third-party announcement. But we were wrong. We were heavily wrong because the first game they revealed was Cuphead coming to the Switch on April something, 18th probably, something. Looks amazing. I cannot wait. It's going to be so good. And then, the thing I want to talk about is at the very end was Crypt of the NecroDancer, I think it's called. It was apparently a randomly generated music-based dungeon crawler. What the hell? Now they're doing it with Zelda. So, that's really interesting. I have always wanted more Nintendo music games because I think the music of their franchises are just amazing. But that's not what we're talking about. We're not talking about, ooh, the game looks really good, because it does, and it actually uses enemies from Breath of the Wild, which looks very, very cool. But I wanted to talk about the importance of this. Now, the first thing that's really obvious that I'll get out of the way straight away is the fact that, of course, it's The Legend of Zelda. One of Nintendo's biggest franchises ever has been passed off to an indie studio, and this could have massive implications for the future of Nintendo. So obviously Nintendo used to be incredibly strict with their IPs. They would never ever let anybody use them. But then as of late, we got games like Starlink, we got games like Mario plus Rabbids, in which they're letting these other companies use their properties in new and interesting ways. And I think that's a great approach because it lessens the gaps between the big first-party releases by letting the other companies just use the first-party properties, and that means we get more games involving our favorite characters and properties. I think it's a genius move. They did it with Hyrule Warriors, it was great. Fire Emblem Warriors, it was great. They did it with Samus Returns. They should do it more. They should absolutely do it more. So I think giving it off to indies, it's just a whole nother level of Nintendo because they can do anything now. We could get loads and loads of Nintendo games coming out right now if they're giving them off to the Nindies. This could have massive implications on anything. Any game could come out now, literally anything. And I find it funny how this game wasn't in the last Nintendo Direct, but they saved it specifically for the indies to have. They're letting this be a full-on indie game, but it's a Zelda game. Now I'm pretty confident before they have let Nindies or indie people use the properties in like DLC ways. Do not quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure it's happened. But this is the first time in my memory that a full indie Nintendo game is being made. A full-on Zelda game is being made by indie people. That's really interesting. And here is something else I want to talk about. This could have huge implications on the other franchises Nintendo has. Games like Metroid and F-Zero, Ice Climber, Duck Hunt, you could literally do anything. Why do I think this is cool? Because I think the reason Nintendo obviously don't release these franchises anymore, like F-Zero, and I guess Pikmin, where's Pikmin 4? But no, basically it's because these franchises, obviously, they don't sell as much as the big ones. The Donkey Kongs, the Marios, the Zeldas, the Fire Emblems, they don't sell that big. And this would be a great testing ground. Rather than Nintendo having to fully develop a huge new F-Zero game and hope to God that it sells incredibly well, they can try and pass it off to the indies and see how it does sales-wise. Does this perform well? Does it perform bad? Then they'll be able to determine, should we make a new game off of this franchise or not? Because I think, I don't even know where I'm going with this. I was going to say something, now I can't remember. I was going to say, that's what I was going to say. Any game can look good. Any game can sell. If a game looks good enough, makes enough innovations, and the trailers look fantastic, it's getting fantastic feedback, any game in the world, any game can sell. It's the reason we get new properties. Because if it was the case of Nintendo not caring about F-Zero because they can't sell it anymore, I guess try and do it better, because I feel like it is definitely possible. Breath of the Wild looks absolutely phenomenal, and Mario games usually like way higher than Zelda. I feel like the sales of Mario are way higher than Zelda, so to see Zelda Breath of the Wild be similar to like Super Mario Odyssey, Mario Kart 8, it's very good. Any game on the planet can sell as long as you market it right, as long as you make it what the fans want. It's not just about, oh, this franchise right here, it doesn't sell, so we're not going to make another one. And here's a good example right here, Star Fox. So Nintendo probably have the mindset of, we're never making a Star Fox game ever again, because Star Fox Zero sold very, very poorly. I'm pretty sure it was the least selling Star Fox game of all time, and it's like, holy crap. But the reason is, there's two reasons in my opinion. Number one, obviously, it was on the Wii U. It was on that really underselling, underperforming console. Reason number two, it just didn't look that great. It didn't look that appealing to the masses. It was a retake of Star Fox 64. Again, we've done that countless times. Nothing about it screamed fresh, new, innovative. It just screamed what you've already got. What you played on the N64, but with this weird Wii U gamepad gimmick. It was not a really well marketed game. It was a game marketed for pre-existing fans, and the only pre-existing fans there are the ones who already own a Wii U. You should be trying to capture new people. You should have made that Star Fox game something mind-blowing somehow to get people to buy a Wii U. Any game can sell, like I said. So I think using this IP thing as a gateway, give indies, don't just like chuck them all away to absolutely anyone, because my big problem with Nintendo right now with the Switch is that they're letting any and all games on the Switch, even if they're like complete shovelware games, they are letting them on the Switch. So what Nintendo should do is like get a handful of indie developers, don't get all of them, get a handful like Yacht Club Games and this NecroDancer one, I think they're called Brave Yourself Games, and other people, big, iconic, well-known indie developers, and give them a property. Try out Ice Climbers, try out F-Zero, and see what their take on it is. That fast RMX game, make that F-Zero. But you can't just do the same thing. You can't just, oh, here's another F-Zero game that doesn't look too much different from the one that came out on the GameCube. It's just the same thing again. No. If they want to bring these franchises back, I just think they have to innovate. They have to find something new and fresh, not like some really cheap dumb gimmick like the Wii U gamepad for Star Fox Zero. Something that actually enhances the gameplay, something that complements the gameplay, makes it still great and makes it look super duper appealing, and then people will buy it. People will buy it, it'll sell, Nintendo will be like, ooh, maybe we should make another one of these after all. That is the importance of this indie thing. IPs being tested out, possibly leading to new games in the franchise. I just think it's really cool. I just think Nintendo actually letting people use their franchises now. Indie developers, like these small studios who probably look up to Nintendo constantly, trying to get their games onto the Switch, probably taking a huge amount of inspiration from Nintendo. It's really cool to see Nintendo actually embrace the indies fully now and make them more interesting. It's a good marketing ploy too. It's a very smart marketing ploy, because I know not everybody cares about indies. Not everybody who cares about the first party games care about the indies. So actually shoving the Nintendo properties into the indies gets people aware of these games, gets people aware of these developers, and gets them aware of their previous works, their previous games, so if they ever come out with a sequel or a new game from that studio, bam! Marketing right there from the creators of Cadence of Hyrule. Bam! There you go. There you go. You've just got a whole bunch of new people, because I know people love that the other one. People love that game. So some people are like really super happy, but I'm sure a lot of people like me and many others were just not aware of the game. But now we are. Now we're aware, and now we can look forward to it, and we can look forward to the future of these developers. It's really exciting. I cannot wait. It's going to be so cool. I'm really hoping Nintendo actually embraces this fully. Please, Nintendo, let other people use your franchises as well. Please. Like Metroid, for example. Another 2D Metroid. I know we're waiting for Prime 4, but give someone a 2D Metroid. That's a very good idea. That's why I think it's important. Let me know what you think. Are you picking up this game? What do you think of this game? I think it's badass that it's all Breath of the Wild enemies. That's very cool. That's all I've got to say. I'm excited. I want this game. I love rhythm games. Peace out, my dudes. Clap out.